Is the purge becoming a reality here in America, and specifically in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where the police force will be reduced between the hours of 3 a.m. to 7 a.m., and it will not be responding to certain calls? The district attorney is not happy about this. Let's check it out.
Starting Monday, the department will not respond to calls that are not in progress unless officers will be on the night watch. Good evening, and thank you for making us a part of your Saturday. I'm Alexandra Todd, filling in for Erica. Tonight, we're talking to people about the new changes Pittsburgh police are implementing. KDKA's Mamie Ba reports.
Mixed reaction from residents here. Some welcome the changes and believe they will be good for the city. Others believe more patrols should be out at night.
The whole city of Pittsburgh is at risk.
Rich Chupka, the owner of this business on the south side, isn't too happy about the new changes being implemented by Pittsburgh police in just a few days.
It's terrible that they are decreasing the police force.
27 officers will patrol the city overnight, not accounting for any call-offs. Also, the department will not respond to any calls that are not in progress. They will go to an enhanced telephone reporting unit or online reporting.
I think that a lot of the calls that come in can be handled through the telephones as they're proposing it. But I just have concerns that there just aren't enough police officers.
According to Pittsburgh City leadership, the modifications are based on data. Pittsburgh Police Chief Larry Scarrato said in a news conference Friday he understands all won't welcome the changes, but it's for the betterment of everyone.
I'm confident in the decisions that we make, that it impacts this bureau and the city in a much better way than we have in the past.
Others we spoke with welcome the restructuring and are most pleased about Pittsburgh Police Cares.
So they will not be responding to burglaries, theft, harassment, criminal mischief, theft, harassment, and burglary alarms. They'll be handled by the enhanced telephone reporting unit. This is crazy, in my opinion. Let's see what the district attorney has to say about this.
Sure that you're in an equilibrium and keeping people safe.
For weeks, we've been telling you about the changes to Pittsburgh police staffing. Perhaps the most concerning to those who live in the city is how many officers are working overnight. The number of officers working from 3 to 7 a.m. has been reduced based on call volume during those hours. Those officers are told to respond to only in-progress emergency calls. Other calls like burglaries and harassment go to a telephone reporting unit.
Is there any other large city in the country that's a part-time police department? I mean, does that make any sense to any of you guys? It doesn't to me.
District Attorney Steven Zappala told us he wants to have a sit-down meeting with the chief and hopes to understand the cutback in overnight officers.
To tell people that you're not going to be protected at certain hours of the day, that didn't make any sense to me when I heard it. I don't know what the rationale for that was, and I think that's something the chief has to explain.
I did reach out to the City of Pittsburgh Police Department to ask for...
And that district attorney seems like a level-headed guy. He doesn't seem like some woke DA. He's very concerned about this, as I would be as well. Now, there are a couple of issues with this. Let's talk about the reduction in the police force from 41 to 27 through the hours 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. Okay, I heard some statistics. I'm sorry. That 8% of their calls come from those hours. But the thing is, you're broadcasting to the entire world. You're broadcasting to the entire world that, hey, we're going to have a reduced police force during these hours. There also will not be a person answering the phone, a police officer answering the phone to take these certain calls. That's a little crazy in my opinion. Now you're telling everybody, hey, somebody from anywhere can come from across the country, from Philadelphia, from any place nearby can come over to Pittsburgh and commit more crimes. They're not going to respond to certain burglaries. They're going to have alarms. It's going to take them longer to respond to alarms, to some reporting system where it's like a checklist. You have to go through a series of things. Is there video footage? Is there audio footage? Motion detectors, are those going off? And there's going to be a delay response or no response at all. You get harassed if you're getting off of work at 4 a.m. You're getting harassed by somebody. That goes to some answering machine. Uh, that's crazy. So what if the police officer, what if there are 7 police officers who call off of work? That number now gets reduced from 27 down to 20 officers covering the entire city. Now, look, time will tell. Time will tell how this plays out. The worst may not happen. And I hope the worst doesn't happen. But I hope this is not a trend we're going to see across other cities where the police force is reduced between certain hours of the night. Because in my opinion, okay, maybe there is less crime during that time for certain places. I don't know the complete data on that. But I would be terrified if my police department where I live told me that, hey, we're going to reduce the amount of police officers during this time frame. We're not going to be responding to certain calls. I expect the police to be there no matter what. Not some checklist, and then it gets put on the back burner, and somebody may get back to me. At least that's the impression I'm getting. That would be my concern with this whole thing. To me, the police department is not something you should toy around with. I think people expect a response from their local police department. If it's somebody breaking in, if the person is gone, so it's not in action anymore, they're not going to come. Somebody breaks into my business, they're not going to. I get the alarm. They're not going to. It's going to be a delayed response because I have to go through some checklist. I don't know. I don't like this at all. Look, like I said, we'll see what happens with this. Hopefully, nothing comes of it. But now you're going to look. You might get some criminals who are going to do the job for them. You know what? They're not working during these hours. They're not working as much. There's not going to be as many police. The force is down by 14 officers, which means they're going to be spread thin throughout the city. And then certain calls they're not going to take. You have some pervert out there harassing women or harassing anybody. In the wee hours of the night, of the morning, they can pretty much get away with this stuff now, from now on. At least for this foreseeable future, as long as this is in place. But I don't like this. I agree with the district attorney. What kind of police department works part-time? What major city has a part-time police department? You can't think of any. At least I can't think of any at the top of my head. Yeah, you're not going to see me walking around at 3 o'clock in the morning just because there are less calls during these hours. I'm not going to get up and go take a walk at 3 o'clock in the morning and feel like everything's good. No way. I'm in my house by the time it's, I like to take walks at night. But if it gets about 10:30, 11 o'clock, that's when I start to wrap things up. It just, to me, stuff is light. It's dark. Everybody's inside. Less witnesses are around. And that's why you don't see women jogging at night for the most part at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You see a lot of women by themselves jogging in the afternoon or in the mornings at, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, 4, 5, 6 in the afternoon. A lot of cars are out. People are out. Witnesses are there. It's less likely you're going to get harassed. Even as a man, I don't want to be walking around at 3 o'clock in the morning in my neighborhood. Makes people feel uncomfortable, and it's also a chance something could happen to me. It's at dark, no witnesses around, anything can happen. Yeah, but just the fact that you're telling people, hey, there are going to be less police officers during these hours, there's a good chance we can see an uptick in crime. Hopefully not. Hopefully they have a handle on this and they can get things, and they've thoroughly thought this through, and it's not going to affect anything. But yeah, I don't like this at all. I know I would be a little worried if I were in Pittsburgh. It's twofold. It's not, like I said, it's not only the certain crimes not being responded to. It's also the reduction in police officers, which would allow more crime to happen during those hours because the criminals will say, okay, let's go to Pittsburgh. Reduction in police force. They're stretched thin. We can do what we want. Yeah, but crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Thank you. Take care.